Welcome to another episode of Throwdown Thursday. This week, we have Jason Raditz against Dallas Riggs one-on-one. Next up, we have the next level Gavin Miller against Mr. Excellence Brandon Scott. And in our main event, we have KP McGregor stepping into the ring with Shane Malice. But first, let's go to some highlights from the Squared Circle with Leslie Leatherman as Reggie Collins announced who he wants to face in a challenge on September 1st.
I'd like to face off against somebody that I've wanted to go against my entire life. Leslie Leatherman.
Reggie Collins has got more passion in his heart for this business than anybody that I've probably met. Leslie Leatherman only knows how to wrestle one way. But Reggie, if we have this match, and I have to do the things that Leslie Leatherman has to do, you're going to think of me as a guy that tried to disfigure you just to win a wrestling match. And Reggie, I don't want that. From the bottom of my heart, I do not want to do that to you. But you're a grown man. I just want to know, Reggie, are you sure that's what you want? Are you sure?
One thing you did not say that should be true to you is asking me if I'm sure. For me, it would be a dream come true.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Tate Griffin here along with Jake the Machine Davis, and right before the match tonight, Dallas Riggs had a few things to say.
Jason Raditz against Dallas Riggs. Elite Pro Wrestling Alliance Throwdown Thursday. I've beaten him before. I'll do it again.
Very confident individual, isn't he?
Absolutely. He's a different breed, that Dallas Riggs, but he's an awful confident guy, as you can see here showing out. Jason Raditz had to do some push-ups here. I'm not sure Raditz needs any coaching on his workout routine, but here we go.
You know, when I see a guy the size of Raditz, the first thing I'd want to do is start burning my energy on push-ups before locking up and testing him.
Dallas Riggs now doesn't look like he has any intimidation factor whatsoever, which is a very rare thing whenever you're looking across the ring at a guy like Jason Raditz, for sure.
No, and it's his idea to do this test of strength. Jason doesn't look like he's taking it quite as seriously as maybe he should.
Dallas Riggs right in there, giving it everything he's got, and Raditz not exactly a nice little reversal there from Dallas. Again, I'm not sure the level of pressure here, Jason Raditz. And there's a little torque going on there. Right into a smooth snapmare, and Raditz looked like he was about ready to fire off a kick to the back, but no, he thought better of it and thought, well, you know what, Dallas, let's go ahead and start over. He might not have taken the right path to start.
Little pat to the head there. Oh,
Dallas Riggs takes a little offense to the fact that he's toying with him a little bit there.
yelling at our capacity crowd.
Here at the Elite Pro Arena, these fans are loud. These fans let the people know what they think, and they're doing that to Dallas Riggs right now. Shane Malice down at ringside here. There's always a kind of a combustible element there, because you can tell that there's some frustration levels with Malice with Dallas, and you can. Oh, and he turns right into a massive chop. Fires off a nice right hand, and Raditz scoops him up effortlessly.
Really hard for Dallas to hide his pain, too. I notice he wails around a bit.
Oh, and another thunderous chop by Jason Raditz.
I think we've both been on the receiving end of those chops, and it is enough to knock you off your feet.
Absolutely. When you throw around the kind of weight in the gym that Jason Raditz does, he's got a heavy hand to him. And as you can see there, I mean, tossing Dallas around, ragdolling him with that suplex.
Oh, it looked like he was going for a closed fist there, and then maybe changed his mind.
Like Shane Malice maybe distracted him a little bit there. We couldn't see from our vantage point, but it looked like Malice was shouting something there, and then Dallas fires a big clothesline in the corner and another one. Oh, and a big DDT there, and now all of a sudden it seems a little more serious on the part of Dallas Riggs now. He's bringing it to him. I mean, Jason Raditz isn't really smiling or quote no-selling him now. I mean, he's down on all fours trying to work his way up here. Dallas has got to capitalize, though.
Big shot to the back.
Little short right hand there. Looked like it was landed behind the ear from our vantage point.
Oh, my goodness. Big elbow to the
You
side of
can
the head.
definitely tell there's a difference in velocity as that right hand just rips across the jaw. And Dallas now instantly gets, like, you can't waste time with this man. Big knife edge chop. And Raditz very aggressively, and there's another one. He keeps him in that corner. He doesn't let him try to get away at all. Big Irish whip to the far side. Oh, and Dallas brings the boot up. What do we got here? I thought he was going for a test of strength. I was like, that's probably not the time, but no, he's backing up the ropes here.
What are we doing?
Look at the agility of Riggs here. Old school. Oh.
He paid for that one, didn't he?
And once again, I think maybe Dallas got a little too confident, a little too quickly, and there's another knife edge.
Oh, that's brutal.
I think Dallas's biggest downfall so far is that wasting a little too much time there. But again, nice little duck under that clothesline and fired that knee into the breadbasket.
Notice Dallas almost looks more surprised than we are.
He finds himself standing over with Jason Raditz having to fight from underneath for the third time in this match. Oh, and again.
Oh, my goodness.
Jason Raditz practically dropped him from the rafters here at the Elite Pro Arena with that elbow. I honestly believe Dallas has a great future ahead of him, and we've seen it already a handful of times that he gets distracted too easily. He's too busy, talking about his successes before he's successful.
I would say, oh my goodness, I would say that I expected Shane Malice.
Oh wow. And Dallas right back to his feet. Another big one got his head taken out. He's right back up again. And Raditz with a DDT of his own, and that should be it.
Miraculously, Dallas Riggs kicks out of that. I was going to say, I thought, Shane Malice would have been involved by now, but for the most part, Dallas has been holding his own. He's been doing pretty good.
Absolutely, and in the same way, I mean, maybe it's oh, wow, nice reversal. This could be it. Oh, no, Raditz gets that shoulder up, and Dallas quick to admonish the referee, like, what are you doing? And now, again, he's looking over at Malice, and Malice is like, finish him off, let's go. Is Dallas going up top? As I said earlier, you see when Malice is in the ring, he's telling Dallas, back off, I'll do it myself. Maybe Dallas kind of gave him those instructions himself. Oh, no, and he got caught. Oh, and Dallas goes for a ride halfway across the ring.
Oh, and to his credit, he's still trying to get to his feet. Oh, my goodness.
Oh! Beautiful float over, hooks the leg. And 3, and Jason Raditz victorious over Dallas Riggs, and what is a very competitive matchup, to be honest with you.
Absolutely. Let's see if we can't get a replay on that. We'll take a look right now at the replay.
Look at the height there. Dallas Riggs halfway across the ring.
Oh,
straight down on the back of his head.
And nobody's going to kick out of that. All right, and this is going to be one heck of a contest here. We have next level Gavin Miller facing off against what's probably his biggest challenge to date in Mr. Excellence, Brandon Scott.
Absolutely, and he's a huge challenge to anybody looking across the ring at Mr. Excellence. I mean, Brandon Scott's been everywhere, and Gavin, he talks about being the next level, but this is going to test that level to see just where he is. Hard lock up there. These guys, size-wise, very evenly matched. Obviously, the experience advantage going to Brandon Scott, but Gavin Miller has made a great showing, and you can tell there with that tight side headlock. Oh, and the impact, both of them go down there. You see Brandon pop right back up. You can tell when Gavin took that side headlock that he had that cinched in pretty tight, because when you're in there with a veteran and a veteran has a headlock on him, if they back him into those ropes immediately, you can tell they need to try to do something to get him off. And Gavin Miller has definitely spent some time in the gym as of late. Nice arm wringer there, really hyperextending that elbow. You can see the torque on that wrist when he reaches up high there in that sternum with his wrist and has it bent back. Brandon with a nice reversal there into a hammerlock and right back to a headlock. Brandon, some nice leverage there. Oh, he almost got the trip on it. And Brandon, one step ahead with that headlock again, takes him over. That was the experience there. He could tell that he was coming at him. A guy less agile than Brandon, though, I don't know if he would have been able to clear that, because Gavin was definitely diving right into the feet to try to trip him up.
Like you said, that's where that experience comes from. And it'll be hard to find someone with more experience, even in the Elite Pro locker room, than Brandon Scott. He's been doing this, since he was a kid. Quite literally, since he was about Gavin's age.
Absolutely. I remember him coming up to shows when he was like 12 years old, talking to me when I was, in my prime. And here we go, another hard lockup here. These guys really feeling each other out well. Gavin, I think maybe possibly the stronger of the two. Brandon with a nice block there in the right hand. Irish whip far side, but Gavin reverses it. Oh, and Brandon came out with a clothesline. Looked like both of them had the same idea, and Brandon beat him to the punch. Sharp whip from the center. Brandon follows in with a big forearm into that snap marrow. Slight little stumble there, but Brandon quickly with that leaping snap marrow.
Oh, it was almost over right there.
It shows you how quick it can happen in Elite Pro. Got caught off guard, got caught with a big forearm after the line, and then that snap marrow with a whiplash effect. And I've been there a lot. Sometimes you get that whiplash, you're not sure where you are for a few seconds, and you only need 3 to lose. Brandon firing away here. You can see the sharp right hands connecting right there on the tip of the forehead.
Senior referee Sean Fitzgerald letting a little of that slide, I think. Couple close fists in that.
Yeah, he probably could have been in Moss a little bit, but hey. Oh, sharp elbow there. Oh, and Gavin with what looked like a kick to the back of the leg there. Oh, and dumped him right on his head.
I'll tell you what Gavin lacks in experience, he more than makes up for in raw talent and potential. I could see this kid becoming a major player in the coming weeks, months, and years at Elite Pro.
And you can tell he has an amateur background. There's a certain aggression. You can tell whenever a guy's taking a hold of somebody in a certain way that they have some background skills in grappling. And when he gets a hold of a guy, he's an explosive power that he has.
It's a level of confidence rarely seen in someone his age.
He lines him up for a suplex here, and beautifully executed. You can't take anything away from the technique at that young age we spoke of. Gavin Miller's right on point with the execution here. Looks like he's going up. Oh my gosh! He just soccer kicked him right in the mouth.
Yeah.
Firing a few, it looks like forearms there, slightly below. It wasn't closed fist. You can see where Sean Fitzgerald didn't admonish him about it, because it was right in that wrist to forearm area, right in between the eyes. But that kick to the face, Brandon keeps checking that mouth to see if his teeth are still there, and it makes me wonder if they are. It was a literal soccer kick right to the mouth.
Yeah, it was.
They're trying to take somebody out of their game plan, kick him in the mouth.
That's the kind of thing, though, especially with someone like Brandon, or a guy like Brandon's pedigree. He's been on TV. You've seen him on SmackDown. You've seen him at a lot of places. You knock one of his teeth out, you better hope that you're putting him down before he comes back.
Yeah.
He's coming back angry. Oh, nice.
Big elbow there.
Double axe
And
handle
again,
across the back.
charge, and there's that same soccer kick to the ribs this time, but you could tell Brandon's a step behind where he was when the match started. That kick to the face, I think, definitely took him out of his wheelhouse there. Oh, and
Did he trip over the rope?
Brandon rolled. It looks like he's clutching his ankle. I think maybe either the rope rolled on him or he lost his footing as he's coming off there, just enough for Brandon to maybe mount a comeback here. Big double forearm. Brandon now getting some momentum, and I'm sure a little frustration's starting to bubble up to the top too. Oh, and a big roundhouse right hand. Beautifully executed over the shoulder there.
That might be it.
Oh!
Just got out of it.
Gavin Miller rolled that shoulder at the last second.
Brandon surprised, checking his teeth again.
Yeah, once the pain starts to subside a little bit, you can say once again he's looking to make sure they're all where they're supposed to be. Eat your heart out, David Beckham, on that soccer kick. That was as brutal a kick as we've seen in a long time here at Elite Pro. Big Irish whip to the near side here. Oh, and Brandon with a reversal after Gavin's reversal. Oh, big knee lift to the face. Oh, big sit down like Ghostbuster suplex. This could be it. What a huge upset. Oh, did he get him? Sean Fitzgerald says it's a 2.5. He's explaining to Gavin. You can see the frustration on Gavin's face. He thought he had it.
It doesn't get any closer than that.
Gavin Miller now still giving the referee the business.
A little inexperience here, wasting some time. You should be going for that cover.
Absolutely, but when you're that close where you feel like you beat a guy like Brandon Scott, and then the referee's saying, nope, not yet, keep at it.
Yeah.
I mean, that shows you, like, not only the youth and the frustration, but, I mean, you're so close to that victory you're fighting hard for. You may have him here. And Brandon, there's still a lot of fight in Brandon Scott, if that's one thing. I mean, I've been in the ring with Brandon, and, you know, he never runs out of fight. He never runs out of heart, but, man, Gavin's really laying it on at this point. And you could see the tide of this entire match turn the moment he kicked him right in the mouth.
Absolutely.
Brandon, schoolboy. Oh, big flying European uppercut. I think 2, 3, got him.
He got
him.
I don't think that Brandon got all of that, but I think it, in a way, was even more lethal than it usually is.
Absolutely. I mean, I think, theoretically, Brandon was going for that cutter that he does off the second rope, but I think he flew off with a big European uppercut to the chest.
It's time for the Elite Pro Wrestling Alliance Throwdown Thursday News Roundup. This past week, Elite Pro Hybrid Champion Anthony Athens teamed up with Blackhawk as they faced off against two of Dr. Crane's most notable men in The Fear Andrew Stevens and El Matone Cisco. This was a huge tag team match that went back and forth and honestly could have had a winner either way, but ultimately in the end, it was Cisco who got the big boot from none other than Anthony Athens, who got the 1, 2, 3. Athens and Blackhawk did celebrate their victory, but unfortunately for Athens, this was not the end of his evening. Security cameras at the Elite Pro Wrestling Alliance arena revealed that as Anthony Athens was leaving, he was brutally and maliciously attacked by none other than Israel Sharif Fakor. With The Fear Andrew Stevens watching on and keeping guard, ISP brutally beat Anthony Athens, the hybrid champion, leaving him bloody and unconscious in the Elite Pro arena. We will continue to bring you updates as to Anthony Athens' conditions, although initial reports indicate that he will be measuring his recovery not in weeks but months. As for ISP, he has announced that he will be appearing at next week's Throwdown Thursday. Back to ringside. And we have a great match here tonight. KP McGregor, the Misfit, stepping in the ring with one of the most accomplished and decorated wrestlers in Elite Pro history, the Steel City Sex Pistol, the co-holder of the Elite Pro Tag Team Championship, Shane Malice.
Shane Malice now giving the crowd some business. And you can see KP, new to the game, been at it a few months now, but has definitely already started to make a name for himself. Has been thrown in the deep in the pool many a times.
Yeah, KP, he's had some success. He and Lion Gray have had some success as a tag team here as of late.
And that's the thing, too. KP has been open to any challenge that has been put in front of him by the Elite Pro office. He's like, yep, I'll get in there. Yes, I'll face him. It doesn't matter who it is. He's been in there with the very top stars at Elite Pro, and, he's taken his lumps the way you do when you're young, but he's also had a lot of success already. So I'm curious to see this match. KP with a slight height and probably weight advantage. Malice, obviously, the extended experience, and athletically and acrobatically, Shane Malice, there we go, a sharp lock up there, and Malice quickly traps that arm, and you can see buried that head into an arm wringer.
Referee CJ Graham, our official for this match. Oh, nice reversal by KP. Looks like that surprised Shane Malice a bit.
Oh, and beautiful single leg there. Oh, and like locks that ankle up. And a lot of people, when they see that lock there, it looks like the ankle's being torqued, and it is, but more pressure is being put on those ligaments in the knee, and you can see where KP was grabbing that knee. Over the years, whenever I've had that move applied to me, or I've applied something, every time you see a guy clutching that knee, and they think, why aren't they clutching their ankle? And it's because the pressure is on the knee.
That's one of those moves too, where you might not expect to get a win there, but he's laying the groundwork for a later victory, like
Absolutely.
a later success.
And you can see a lot of the offense that KP has been working on as of the last few months. I mean, it's a lot of velocity, a lot of running, including that spear. He's really gotten a lot of accomplishments with it. But if you take out a man's wheels, they can't run. They can't get that same leverage and the same velocity in their moves. And you can see there he went to whip him, but he couldn't even take a big step there. And Malice was able to hold on and go to a knee and stretch him out. Because, who knows what the damage already is in that leg, the way he was clutching it and screaming. But those ligaments, once they get softened up like that, you used to get it in your head, hey, this is tough. I can't take a step too far. Something's going to blow out. But here we go. KP backs him into the ropes.
Big miss on the clothesline.
Nice shoulder tackle there. Malice goes down. Oh, and sharply with a nip up. Oh, and he was met with a second one. Malice got a little too cocky there.
I don't think he's going to nip up again.
No, I don't think he has another one in him right now. KP off the ropes, a little step over there.
Oh, I caught him.
Nice little face buster onto the knee there. Oh, and a big clothesline sends Malice to the floor.
KP is celebrating. Referee CJ Graham starts the count.
Now's the time you can see some of the youth here. KP just waiting. To me, get out there and get him back in the ring because you're not going to win by pinfall on the floor. So the longer you let him wait, and Malice is going to utilize this count. I guarantee it. He's
Absolutely.
He looks like he got shaken up a little bit, got his bell rung a little bit on that line, and and there it is. Now that count starts over. Malice just got 10 seconds turned into 20 because of the experience there, and he knows exactly what's going on. And all the while, he's getting refreshed. He's starting to get his wind back, clear the cobwebs. KP's got to get out there and get after him. The longer he waits, the more it's going to work against his favor. And you can see KP's excited in that ring, but you're letting the man recover right here. Shane Malice in no hurry to get back in there. It seemed like he was a one step behind here. KP once again.
Yeah, the experience of Shane Malice, he goats him over, and now it's turned into 30 seconds.
Yeah, the
40
more you
seconds.
turn that ref around, now he's going to start that count over, and now you're up to 30 seconds. And that just shows you how clever and conniving Malice is and understands how to bend the rules without quite breaking them. No, and KP's had enough.
Oh, shot to the breadbasket. Up and over.
Beautiful flip into the ring. Oh, and KP McGregor with a huge clothesline turns Malice inside out.
Rolls him over, going for the pin. That's smart.
Oh, and a beautiful clothesline. Turn him inside out. The only thing I would have suggested there for KP is get a little higher on those shoulders. He was down kind of in the lower abdomen with that cover. If he could have got up on the shoulders, it may have been a lot harder for Malice to kick out. Sharp shoulder tackle there in the corner. And Malice is reeling here. KP's got to capitalize. He's got to get after him. Goes back to the corner of that shoulder tackle into the lower midsection there. Oh, and it was one step behind there, and I think Malice may have even kind of suckered him in there, playing possum a little.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. Oh, my goodness.
Look at the velocity on that arm wringer. Completely turned KP inside out there. Initially, it looked like Shane was going for a cover, but no, he's got that forearm grinding right into the jawbone.
Kicks out at 2.5.
Goes for that arm bar now. He's got that arm bent at an awkward angle. Now he moves it into like a top wrist lock. Now we're going to see how KP does fighting from underneath here. Shane Malice over on top of him. A lot of weight there on the shoulder. You can see KP quickly trying to work his way up. This little shot to the stomach there and a second one.
Oh my goodness.
Met with a big clothesline. You can see that added velocity. Like Malice practically started sprinting toward him with that clothesline.
Catch him before he formulates a plan.
It's a tight leg hook there, but it looks like the referee's giving Malice a little business because KP's shoulder wasn't down. You can see a little frustration there, but Malice, he kind of half went into it. He hooked that leg, but he wasn't really, and now he's giving him the business, but I mean, if the shoulder's not down, the referee's not going to count it.
Yeah, that's a good call by referee C.J. Graham, in my opinion.
Absolutely, and in that squared circle, the referee's making the calls, and there's not really much you can say. If you're not doing what you need to, it's going to cost you a 6 count because he should have had 3 there.
Looks like Shane's going to take it out on him. Take it out on KP.
KP's still down there. It looks like Malice is looking to put it away. Oh, big moonsault attempt. And you can see the surprise on Shane Malice's face.
The roll of the dice did not pay off on that. KP's firing up. Oh my goodness.
He's out.
He's outstanding.
This has got to be it, too. And, did he get...
And Shane Malice is shocked.
The rest of us are sitting here with our mouths hanging open, as has Shane.
The guy was literally knocked out cold standing. Took a fall.
He can barely get out now. It had to have just been a reflex. It had to just be like the feeling of this is what we're supposed to do. Perches him up there on that top rope now. And that wasn't just an everyday super kick. I mean, Shane Malice has some educated feet, but it appeared that KP was going for that spear and was met with it. So there was the added velocity of KP charging him right into that boot.
What is Dallas Riggs doing at ringside? He's still hurt from his appearance earlier in the evening.
I'd assume Dallas would be laying on a block of ice right now trying to lick his wounds, but no, he's somehow found himself out here. And
Shane's like you need to go. What?
Shane's like, I have it, Dallas. Oh, a big kick. Oh, KP from the middle turnbuckle. Big spear. He got him. He got him.
He got it with the spear you discussed that you mentioned earlier in the match at the top of the show. Let's take a look at the replay on that. Big moonsault.
This might have been the beginning of the end here for Shane.
Takes a shot to the face. Immediately comes back. But he's met with
huge velocity off that middle rope with the spear.
Unbelievable.